strobe. The transmission came through a small, nearly invisible earpiece, secreted in the right ear of a man 25 meters behind the three Middle Easterners, a Western male in dirty blue jeans and a loose-fitting blue linen shirt, who stood outside a restaurant, pretending to read the handwritten French menu posted by the door. He was American, 30-ish, with short dark hair and a scruffy beard. Upon hearing the radio transmission, he looked away from the menu, past the three men in front of him, and ahead into a dusty archway that led away from the soup. There, so deep in the cool shadows that he was only a dark form, a man leaned against a sandstone wall. The young American brought the cuff of his blue linen shirt to his mouth as he swatted an imaginary fly from his face. He spoke into a small microphone secretly there. "You said it. Goddamn pillars of the community. Nothing to see here." The man skulking in the shadows pushed away from the wall, began strolling toward the alley of the three Middle Easterners, who were now just passing in front of him. As he walked, he brought his hand to his face. In the second broadcast received in his earpiece, the American in the blue linen shirt heard, "Okay now, I got it. Shift one road over, overlap the target, move up to the next choke. I'll update you if he stops." "He's all yours, Sam," Dominic Caruso said as he turned left, departing the alley via a side passageway that led up a staircase that emptied out by the Staten Road. Once he hit the larger street, Dom turned right and moved quickly through pedestrians, bicycles, and motorized rickshaws as he maneuvered to get ahead of his target. Dominic Caruso was young, fit, and relatively dark complexion. All these traits had served him in these past few days of surveillance here in Cairo. The latter, his skin and hair color, helped him blend in with a population that was predominantly dark-haired and olive-toned. The former, his fitness and relative youth, was helpful in this operation, because the subject of his surveillance was what was known in Dominic Caruso's line of work as a hard target. Mustafa El-Daboussi, the silver-haired 58-year-old man with the two musclemen serving as his bodyguards, was the focus of Dom's mission in Cairo, and Mustafa El-Daboussi was a terrorist. And Dominic did not need to be reminded. Terrorists did not often make it 58 years on this earth by being oblivious to men following. El-Daboussi knew every counter-surveillance trick in the book. He knew these streets like the back of his hand.